What's going on, guys? Matt here with Carolina Coops, and today we are in Magnolia Springs, Alabama, way down deep south of Alabama. It's hot today, so I'm going to be sweating a lot, but I can't wait to show you guys everything that we are going to see inside this beautiful chicken aviary area. Here we are. It's been, I'm going to say 3 years since I last been here. I am so excited to be here because there is so much more done, implemented, planted, built, constructed, whatever, because when we finished this custom coop over here last time, none of this was here. Even the stonework wasn't done on the bottom. So we're gonna go over there in a little bit. I can't wait to do a follow-up and show you guys something you've been asking for, and that is, Matt, do some follow-ups. Let's go see some coops with chickens. So that's what we're about to do for you. But more importantly, I have yet to see this goose house. This is my first time seeing this. Evan Archer, our master coop designer, designed this, and he actually brought it down himself and assembled when it was like 100 degrees out and got it done, and I can't wait to go see it. So let's go take a look at it. Wow, wow, wow. So, of course, it just dawned on me, I don't have my tape measure. So I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask, Matt, what size is it? I'm gonna guess we're 8 by 8 as far as the footprint. No, I'm lying to you. It's 6 by 6. So this is a 6 by 6 goose house. We're easily a little over 8 foot tall to the peak. And what we did with this design is basically mimicked aesthetically her existing chicken coop, that a lot of it came from the elements in the design of her house. One of the biggest ones where you can see that right away is that beautiful roof. We have never done a roof like this before, where it's actually hand split cedar shakes, which means they took them and they split them. They're not sawn, so you're gonna get a lot of irregular surfaces to the face of those shingles, and I can tell you they have just weathered beautifully, and they're doing what I'm sure the owner here wanted, is get that kind of old world look. So we incorporated it on the chicken coop originally, and then came over here and incorporated it on the goose house. Now the other thing is, this had to be the biggest pain in the butt, but it was necessary. Check out that we have the gabled roof and the valleys, and just absolutely gorgeous. We got the copper flashing for the valley here. So you just see how beautiful that is, where the copper is beginning to patina. And again, we got the hand split shingles. And just look at all the beautiful work Evan did, bringing this all the way down with the fascia boards, the trim, the corner trim, and then also the clapboard siding. And this is not just any ordinary clapboard siding. This is clear Western red cedar clapboard siding. If I remember correctly, I just remember it was perfectly clear. Just like with a chicken coop, true with the goose house. You gotta have tons of ventilation. And I remember our customer, she really loves the arches. And we did the arches on her hen house doors. Well, we wanted to incorporate the same thing to this transom window right here, where we have the arches. So we have that look, but more importantly, check this out. Fully functional arched windows. I mean, that is awesome. We can just open them up. They are backed with the polycarbonate, okay? And also backed with the 1/2-inch hardware cloth, so it's completely predator proof. And then when you want to shut them, just shut them. And I know I have a carabiner right here. It's probably for this door right here, I have to believe, because you don't need a carabiner here because you have the hardware cloth protecting it. Now this window, I think, is probably stationary. And it didn't make sense to make it functional, but we wanted to continue that look, and I see the gap is around it, so it just pulls it off beautifully. So again, Evan, if you're watching, bravo, buddy. Absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna open these back up. Now I do wanna mention, why geese? If I remember correctly, and if you see the netting here, it kinda all started where the customer called me up, and she's like, Matt, I just lost some chickens, which if you haven't gone through that, I can tell you it's devastating. So you start figuring out, okay, what can I do? Because I want my girls to get out of the coop. They need to be out and about and free ranging. And during the daytime, you run a high risk of predation from hawks. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different. Some people have more hawk predation than others. But one of the things you can do to try to protect your flock is have guardian geese. So that's what she did. She called us up and had us build a goose house. And what we're also gonna do is walk around in the back here soon and take a look at the inside and the deep litter system. Now, the geese are not perfect. Yes, it is nice to have them around and guard your flock and be on the payroll, if you will. But one of the things I believe, and I got to find out later when we talk to the customer, is in order to achieve protection with a goose, you want a goose. You don't want geese. You don't want more than one goose, because apparently they will separate and stay with themselves. So that might have happened here, I'm not sure. But she still lost a couple chickens, so she has incorporated this netting. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen a lot of customers do netting. It is not easy. And hopefully we'll be able to bring her in on camera and talk about it, because my goal is to come up with a netting plan here where it looks beautiful. Here she's done a great job, and she understands about getting the height and getting the poles up, but there are things that we can definitely do so that the goal is when you're away from this area, you don't see it. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Now, before we walk around the back, we made this door for you, right? I recognize this wood, and the only reason why I asked if we made it, because it is so beautiful. And I know to you guys it might look very simple, but it's really not. It is an art to even hand pick the right lumber to make it fully functional. I mean, this wood is true, authentic, reclaimed barnwood. This could be anywhere from 100 to 200 years old, and just made this beautiful functional door. It looks beautiful when it's open, and also looks beautiful when it's closed. I just absolutely love that contrast of the new with the old. Of course, the door opening has to be a little bit bigger because we're talking geese. I'm gonna guess that's probably about 12 inches by 24 inches. Again, sorry, I don't have my tape measure. And of course, you see the big goose ramp. And it's going up, I would say, about 2 foot off the ground. All right, are we ready to take a look at the inside? All right, so here we are. We're gonna go into the back of the goose house. Again, I just need a second to take it in. This looks so good. Just like on our chicken coops, we got the back goose house doors, the back coop doors that are gonna open up, and we got a deep litter door right there. Look at all that beautiful clapboard siding, and look what Evan does. I mean, I just absolutely love it where he continues the line from the stationary wall to a functional part like on the doors, and even tied in these little pieces right there. Absolutely amazing. So let's open this up. I'm gonna remove a carabiner. I've learned not to put this in my pocket. So we're gonna open this up. Oh, we got some geese. The customer here has been using the deep litter system, and one of the things I remember, I think we even had her on a show, and we did a show with a goose expert, trying to find out, can you deep litter goose droppings? And that was maybe 2 years ago since we had that topic, and basically I've learned you can deep litter, you can compost any type of fecal matter. So I don't know why we're overthinking it. And here we're looking at 6 months worth of goose droppings. It is hot, it is humid, I swear this is not fake. The only way I can prove to you guys out there that the deep litter system works is, where are the flies? There's no flies. We did not come in here and spray it and make them disappear. Flies smell where they can feed and lay their eggs and reproduce. And that's typically in feces. There's no flies. It just goes to show that the smell is not there. That is how wonderful the deep litter system is. We're gonna keep building up the deep litter system down here by adding carbon. Our favorite is the industrial hemp bedding. And when it gets so full that you can't add any more, then you just drop down the deep litter door, which I don't wanna do right now because it's already got 6 months worth of droppings in there and industrial hemp. But think about it. You're just gonna drop down this deep litter door like a tailgate on a truck, pulling, sweeping motion. It is lower to the ground. I'm sure some of you guys out there right now are going, Matt, why is it so low to the ground? It's because this is for geese. Geese are not like chickens where they want to go up and roost in the trees. They're going to want to stay lower to the ground, and they go up the ramp, come down in here, and basically just sleep inside this goose house. At least hopefully that's what I'm going to find out here in a little bit when we bring the customer in and ask her how it's going. But other than that, lots of headroom, lots of ventilation. We're down in deep South Alabama where it gets really, really hot. It is critical when you are designing a coop or building a coop, whatever, you want to have as much room as possible to keep it cool. And actually, yeah, if we come over here real quick, and here's a great example of just our basic regular windows, a lot bigger than normal, but our very standard windows that we do on all our on all our chicken coops, allowing for that cross ventilation. And again, if you're wondering, so here is netting. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit, where she has had several hawk attacks. We got high hawk pressure here. So she has DIY'd coming in with a netting. And I was just talking to her, and she mentioned to me that this is a special netting that is highly visible to hawks, so that hopefully they don't even try to test it. So we're going to learn more about that here in a little bit. Right away, I see so many things that were not here before. We did not do the copper gutters. I'm assuming she probably brought in who did the copper gutter work on her house to do on her chicken coop. But I absolutely love it where it's feeding the rain barrel, which is then the water in the rain barrel is going to feed the water bar. Also, look at this beautiful stonework going all the way underneath her chicken coop. Just absolutely gorgeous. Before I forget, yes, this is the one time only for this customer I would allow it. We broke our rule because the cupola, we didn't want to hide it. She definitely wanted to see it, so we put it out above the run, where normally we would put above the hen house because they are fully functional. But the beauty of the size of this chicken coop is it's so big and there's so much ventilation, the cupola really would not make a difference at all. So why not make sure we can see it? She has installed an air conditioner on the back of her chicken coop. I love what she's done. She's built this out with like teak or walnut. So we have a nice overhang. They got it cut out, trimmed, and installed. I'm gonna have to ask her about this because I would normally say definitely not necessary, but she loves her animals. She's very, very smart. Maybe I'll flip. Maybe I'll start saying, yes, put an air conditioner inside your hen house. So we're gonna go in there and take a look. But before we do, love, love, love this egg hutch. Again, we continued the hand split shingles for the roof, reclaimed wood right here for the egg hutch door. We have a little girl in here laying.
She's broody.
And she looks like, yeah, she's broody. So we're just gonna let her be. But again, case in point, she's not freaking out, okay? She's more telling me, get the hell out of here, dude. If we lifted this roof, she would freak out. Also, we got a hen in there. Sounds like she's not happy. I don't know if she's trying to lay an egg or she wants to get in there. We'll have to find out what's going on. So I forgot about this. We got 2 egg hutches. So that means her hen house is going from wall to wall. I couldn't remember. Again, just absolutely beautiful. Got the reclaimed wood. Love that contrast between the old and the new. Look at this door. Absolutely gorgeous door. All right, we're gonna open this up. Let's go in. Yeah, there's an air conditioner running. All right, so let's take a look inside here. Okay, that is nice. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so a lot of thoughts right now. One, it's nice to be back in here. It is absolutely beautiful. This is, even though we call this a custom coop, this is literally exactly like our Craftsman Coops. We have we have an entire structure. We split in half with a shed area and a hen house area. And we have our hen house doors right here. And again, like I was just showing you guys on the outside, she does have an air conditioner in here. And I was just talking to her and she said that with the heat down here being so long, and again, I can't emphasize this enough, heat is what kills chickens. She said she has lost 2 chickens due to heat. I know a lot of experts will say, if they come into a hen house, and I can tell you, it feels good in here. If they come in here during the daytime and cool down, but they need to go back outside, that rapid temperature change could actually cause more damage, more stress to the chicken. So I'm gonna have to ask her how that's been. Because I was just telling her, maybe I'll flip, I don't know. The point is, I wanna know. I don't know everything, I don't know all the answers, but we really don't know until we get out there. And I have learned one thing in this business, our customers give us the best ideas. So it is working, and I see what she's doing. So we're conditioning in here, but we still have airflow. We have the windows that are opened. We're in the shade. Let's open up these doors. And we got a, I don't know, that looks like a booted Polish Millie floor. No, there's no spots. So we got some chickens in here hanging out, cooling down. Incorporating the deep litter system. I'd have to guess this probably has about 6 months worth of chicken litter in it. And I can tell because we're halfway up the deep litter. Also, we got a chicken over there. She's laying. We got a, what looks to be like an old English something, maybe bantam. She's laying right there. Well, actually, she's broody. But other than that, I mean, if you take a look at this, yeah, If I was a chicken, I'd probably hang out here all day if I don't like the heat. But you can see most of them are down inside the run, so I'll have to take a look at that. But other than that, this is just absolutely gorgeous. And the other thing I wanted to make sure we showed off when we built this coop is, as beautiful as the roof is on the outside, you can look up and see how beautiful the roof is on the inside or the underside. It's just absolutely gorgeous. We didn't do the electric, if I remember correctly. I think she had an electrician come in. I think it was right about that point I refused to do electric anymore because I don't think it was a fair value to the customer. It was better just to bring in a licensed electrician and have them bang it out. Hope that they do a good job to make sure it looks really good. And I love that they used all the PVC conduit. And she's got electric in here for air conditioner and for this light right here. Just looks so, so beautiful. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Ew, this is one of the best parts of these coops. We can pull this out and look at that. Look at all this stuff. You didn't even know until I just pulled it out there. We have underneath this hen house. All right, we ready to head out into the run? This is sweet. Again, happens to me every time. When I come inside the run of one of our chicken coops, especially this one, I love how tall it is. I love that we didn't hide the underside of the roofing. You get to see all the purlins. We had to double down with the purlins so we could shoot in all the shingles. You see the underside of the copper flashing. But other than that, I mean, we got the perfect mixture. We got some hardwood mulch and some soil in here for the chickens. But as you can see, they're free ranging, so they're out and about doing their thing. We got our feeders hanging, which is great. This is what keeps the chickens off the feeder, so they're not roosting on it. Absolutely love these doors. These were a challenge. I wonder how. I remember we had to glue in the doors so they can be opened up, but she has them closed right now. Oh yeah, that's nice. She's got an air conditioner in here and her chickens are hanging out, especially for the broody. I mean, she got kicked off. Oh, we got a little chicken drama going on in here. But either way, when she does have to clean out her hen house, the easiest thing for her to do is drop down the deep litter door here, and she can haul it away if she wants or just broadcast it into the run area. Let the compost go from an anaerobic to an aerobic state and finish breaking down inside the run. Is so beneficial for the chickens. But again, new clapboard, reclaimed barnwood. I remember making these. I just love that arch. Completely unnecessary, but absolutely beautiful. And this is gonna sound so stupid. This is one of my favorite things about this chicken coop. This little door. I remember making it, and it just reminded me of, I think his name was X, the owl on Mr. Rogers. I just love this little door, and it is authentic reclaimed barnwood. I put a couple rails in, an anti-sag board, and it's just hooked right here. And again, unnecessary. This is completely unnecessary, but I know a lot of people out there feel it is necessary. I did flip a little and say, okay, put a door on your hen house should you have chickens that you never want to get outside the coop and you want to open up the back hen house doors and the chickens get curious, so they go up inside the hen house and they can potentially jump out on you. Shut them inside the run, you're good to go. But it looks like she probably never uses this, and I'm not surprised because you don't need it. But I love the look of it, and continued the arch. All right, and then the last thing is, we thought about making this standard. Once in a blue moon, actually a little more often, customers request this from us, and that is the shepherd's hook ramp quick disconnect, just like that. And it's not necessary, but if you are someone that wants to clean the ladder, the ramp, which is probably going to be one of the dirtiest parts of your chicken coop because the chickens are going to use it, this is a great, easy way to remove your ladder, maybe swap it out with a different ladder, or at least pull it out, hose it off, let it dry out in the sun, and then bring it back in without having to go get a screw gun and unscrew your ladder or your ramp. Yeah, that's sweet. And again, I'll guarantee you her chickens have no problems using this. I know some of you guys out there are dead set against the ladder style. You prefer the ramp. At the end of the day, you just tell us what you want. That's what we'll build for you. One last thing. Here's her water bar. And you can see we got the pump hooked up to the thermostatic switch, which does not need to be plugged in now because this only needs to come on when it's freezing. And we got the 50 gallons or so of water outside that's collecting rainwater. We got the de-icer that is self-regulating. It comes on and off based on temperature all by itself so it doesn't freeze, and feeds the water bar here. And working beautifully. All right, guys, well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them down below. I want to hear from you, especially from my YouTube Chicken Police. Let me know what was wrong with this video or this coop. Also, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, and make sure, most important, hit that bell so every time we go live, you know it, and you're going to be there to watch and ask questions or let us know what you think. We'll see you next time. Later.